Hey, it's America's Man's Man, and pardon me, we're just kind of weaving out of a tight parking space here during the wonderful Christmas shopping rush. Don't you love it every single year? Anyway, I want to talk about the Brat. I don't want to talk about the Brat, is really what I want to say about the Brat, and I don't think anybody should, because, honestly, she's an uneducated fool. She gets her, and, it's best that I'm not even going to mention her name because I don't want to insult her. It's not really fair. Her parents just don't really care about her or her life or whatnot, and she probably gets her miseducation, as a lot of Americans unfortunately do, from the fake news. One of the things I noticed growing up in liberal Massachusetts is that the left, the communist left here in leftist Massachusetts, has made a complete parody of that stout-hearted Winston Churchill-iness, for lack of better terminology, but you know what I mean, the courage, the willing doggedness, that dogged masculinity, that taking a stand to do the right thing when everybody in the world tells you not to. Like I did in Linfield Public Schools when they wanted to force some political correctness on us in the form of a program that was going to ship in students not based on their merits, but based on the fact that they were a certain skin color. So Massachusetts has always been a place where the fake news media and the leftist establishment, and of course the leftist judicial activists, have always made a mockery of this concept that you are to be that rock in the stream. You do the right thing when everybody else around you is doing the wrong thing, and that's what I've always done. You have to be a fighter here in Massachusetts because everyone is so bloody awful all the time. This is a bastion of Satan now, where God and his good way once ruled and indeed founded this country. The hub of the universe has now fallen to Satan, which is why a man of God has no choice but to do the right thing amid this stream of Satan that Massachusetts is. And this is where most of the fake news lies get tested and propagated. This is like the home base of lies. This is where organization called Lambda, which is kind of like a sodomite organization for women, a legal sodomite organization for women, got started. This is where we started pushing all these weird and really pedophile-ish transsexual surgery stuff. They're telling little boys in government schools, well, gee, maybe you're really a girl. Really sick, twisted people that do this stuff. But this is Massachusetts today, telling boys that they might actually be girls, and vice versa, telling girls, so you're not really a girl, you're actually a little man. That's kind of odd, isn't it? Sorry, this weird guy is tailing me. Do apologize. So the thing about this Brat from Finland or wherever the heck she's from, as the Brazilian president called her rightfully a brat, because she's a brat. She's just acting under fake news influence. So she's not really standing for anything. She's doing what she's been programmed to do by both the leftist, communist miseducators, the indoctrinators, and the fake news. And now, of course, the fake news is Time, which is, it's been leftist for a very long time, always has been. They're heralding her as a hero, or a heroine, heroine. Fake news we call the female anchors, historically anchorettes. So she's being heralded, but like as even the Brazilian president gets, and you don't have to be that bright to be the president of Brazil. Although I have to say, he's a very impressive gentleman, very based, very pro-traditional marriage, or trad life, as they call it. Anyway, so it's not the Brat's fault. It's not the Brat's fault. She's got lousy parents who haven't been protecting her from the evil fake news, which the American people, the American media industry, Hollywood and New York, export to every corner of the globe. But the sad thing is that nobody is hurt more from the evils of the fake news media than Americans ourselves. They're poisoning America with their lies, with their miseducation, through programs even as innocuous sounding as Sesame Street and that sort of thing. So the fake news is really hurting the world in so many ways. Public television, the fake news networks, CBS, ABC, NBC, and they've really given communism a strong threshold in the collective consciousness of the American people. And the fake news is, as Donald Trump has said, as I've been saying even before he's said it, the fake news is American domestic enemy number one. The fake news is domestic terrorist number one. Never, ever, ever trust the fake news. It's time, peacefully, lawfully, to take the fake news out. How do we do that as Christians? Well, as real Americans, well, we tell a better story. Not necessarily a brand spanking new crazy story, but the very best story, the old story, in a new way. And that's what fall is. Check out fallmusical.com and Fishport with a ph.com. And of course, for America's Man's Man, americasmansman.com, I am Peter Vidala.